Susan Wood.
There were some rules they really didn't want to follow.
Good evening, Lisa Burton, 1707 Santinez Street. Hello, everybody. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend last week's council meeting and therefore could not participate in the discussion regarding the second unit amnesty program. My story is this. I had an unpermitted second unit granny flat. I welcome the opportunity to participate in the program to bring it out of the shadows and conform to the city's requirements, to bring it up to code with regard to life safety issues as was originally intended. When I first looked into the program in early 2013, I got an estimate for the work that totaled around $6,500, including all permit fees. I was okay with that. I could not start work immediately because my business was hit hard by the recession. I understood that I had until the end of 2013, which was the deadline at the time. By the time I felt financially able to pursue completing the project, the program changed to include the much discussed and controversial state energy mandates. I followed the discussion closely and had personal discussions with city council members who assured me that the energy requirements were mandated by the state and therefore not negotiable. City Attorney Colon and city staff were adamant that the state requirements were set in stone. I was not happy about this change of events, but with the pressure that I had until the end of 2013 to begin the process, I reluctantly proceeded with construction. It was an extremely painful process. As I became more and more familiar with the requirements, I realized how unreasonable they were for our mild climate. I questioned where the term grandfathering applied and realized that something was terribly wrong with the program, but there was no getting around it. So I bit the bullet and continued to its conclusion. The total project ended up costing me over $20,000. I don't need to remind you how unreasonable and questionable this energy requirements were. I don't need to remind you that my granny flat will no longer be deemed as affordable housing because I have to raise the rent in order to recoup my costs. This has all been discussed thoroughly, and I applaud you for seeing that the energy requirements were ridiculous and you reversed it. But the only problem is this. I already did it. I already spent over $20,000 to comply. I already renovated my unit with a bunch of energy efficiency measures that were deemed completely unnecessary. I trusted city staff. I trusted the legal team. I trusted our city leaders, and I got screwed. So now what? I want to know what the city of Ventura is going to do to save face with people like me who thought we were doing the right thing, placed our trust in our city government, and complied with the program as good citizens. I'm going to finish this. During last week's city council meeting, there was no mention of what to do with people like me. There was no acknowledgement that we even existed. Last week, the city council recognized that this program has been a debacle and went far beyond the life safety issue it was intended to address. Even Mr. Stuffler admitted that we missed something. I'm going to finish this.
Well, you're out of time, unfortunately, right now, unless
Last
would like to.
Last week, this city
Lisa,
council also
you're out of
acknowledged
time. I'm sorry.
that there needed to be a level playing
Lisa.
field and that everybody needed to be treated equally. Nobody's talking about people like me.
I
I
got the
ask
point.
you to please consider a policy on this. Do the right thing.
We got the point.
Do something right.
You
And
need-
I think that what you should
You
do
need to
is in the
sit
least
down. You need
is
to,
you need
unless
to
someone gives you their
refund
time.
me all of the
Lisa.
legal fee, all of the permit fees, and the 3,700 traffic mitigation fees that I incurred. I do the right thing.
We do ask that people do maintain the time. It's 3 minutes per person so that everyone is treated equally. Susan Wood.
Mayor, can I ask a question?
You certainly can. Sorry.
Lisa, can I ask you a question? Would you? I read your email as well, and I just had a couple questions. In the email, you referenced the traffic mitigation fee.
Yeah.
And I was trying to find the connection between the traffic mitigation fee and the energy
There is none.
Okay, but
It's just an unreasonable
you just thought the fee was unreasonable?
It's an unreasonable fee that I think could be
Okay.
included in a refund that
Okay.
you could do to all of us.
I got it. Okay, and then the other question I had is, do you support the energy requirements on new construction?
Yes,
But, okay, so they're not necessary on a modification, but they would be necessary on new construction?
if that's what the mandate is, if that's what the law is, yes.
Okay,
But this was not new in construction.
I understand that.
I had to remove.
I just wanted to find out,
perfectly good
my only question was,
Insulation in order to upgrade.
I just wanted to find out where you stood on energy